blackout
100
period.
kilometer altitude.
Oh.
We are entering
What did
this
it say?
blackout period that we have mentioned.
Space is ours.
Again,
What?
it is an expected period
Nah.
of
There's a
time
fence
where
everywhere
the vehicle
on
is
the planet
re-entering
now.
back into the Earth's atmosphere. That generates a lot of heat, about up to 3,500
the ghosts are just floating
degrees
there.
Fahrenheit, which causes a plasma layer to form around the vehicle. So we do lose comms with the crew. They've already done their pre-blackout period operations, making sure that their visors are closed, they're strapped in, and they're ready to re-enter back into the Earth's atmosphere. And so we do expect to regain comms about 7 minutes after they've entered the blackout period.
Kimberly, hello. Welcome to Stream BS Group.
So the view on your left is Mission Control in Hawthorne, SpaceX's headquarters. You can see that we've got some folks gathering. They're also very excited for Inspiration 4 to return back to Earth. And so, yeah, we're all waiting. We're actually about 20-25 minutes away from splashdown off the coast of Florida. Again, Dragon, even throughout this blackout period, it can pilot itself essentially. So, again, the crew just needs to make sure that you know, they're strapped in and enjoy the flight, because Dragon will take them to where they need to be.
Yeah, exactly. And as you mentioned
Zooms out.
earlier,
It's
you
not
know,
a dragon,
they don't
it's a
really have
fat
to do
snake
anything
capsule.
aside from follow along with each event that is
By the way, the
happening.
eyes
So
are
we
the
did catch them earlier,
are the dome
watching some
glass
movies
domes thing.
on their flight
So
back
people are
home.
looking out from it.
But
Yeah,
they really don't need to do much, as Dragon is autonomous.
Yes. So after we splash down, for those that are maybe watching for the first time or wondering, well, how does Dragon get out of the water? So Dragon itself is designed to be
Terminated entry.
waterproof.
80 kilometer altitude.
Loss of comm. Start of blackout period.
So we just heard the
Anticipated
call.
acquisition of signal in 4 minutes and 35 seconds.
Just heard the call out that Dragon is about 80 kilometers in altitude. We're entering that communications blackout period now, and we just got an update that it's expected to last about 4.5 minutes. So again, we'll reestablish communications with the crew after this blackout period, but we are entering the atmosphere at a very, very, very high velocity, and when we start to get a lot of friction from the atmosphere.
By the way, when they're going to the atmosphere, the eyes of the fat snake closes. Similar to how, you know, when Becca, you know, sprays her eyes.
Be able to reconnect with them in about 4 minutes.
And during this time, no vehicle telemetry is received by Mission Control or the recovery team. There's no external commanding of the vehicle or voice communication. That is not possible at this time. So as a reminder, Dragon is designed to fly itself and continues to fly autonomously using Draco thrusters to orient itself during this re-entry. Now, during this re-entry, the vehicle will be slowing down the orbital velocity from 17,500 miles
Maybe?
per hour.
Yes, 5 minutes to
and
schedule. Could be
just
earlier, could be longer.
The atmosphere
We'll
will bring the vehicle down to about 350 miles per hour before we even deploy the drogue chutes.
Yeah, a few minutes after we get communications again, we are expecting to deploy the sets of parachutes. We have 2 sets. The first, again, are drogue chutes. There's 2 of them.
By the way, is
Their
that
job is to slow the vehicle down
that
from about
infographics
350 miles
Femboy
an hour to about 120
is
miles
now
an
at
hour.
79 likes.
At around
It's like, what the fuck is
18,000
wrong
feet.
with you guys? Do you
Shortly
really,
after
do you,
that, we'll deploy our main
like, are you
parachutes.
expecting
There's 4 of
something
them.
from this?
Those
Because
are
this is just supposed to
larger,
be a
circular,
screen that I just play in the
orange and
background while
white,
I'm doing my homework.
shoots, and their job is to slow the vehicle down
Are they
from
expecting me to make
120
porn?
miles an hour to about 15 miles an hour, and then we'll make splashdown off the coast of Florida in the Atlantic Ocean.
I mean, I don't blame them. There's a dick version.
Back up.
I can see why they're in that depression.
So yeah, Dragon is, again, flying itself. Even the chutes that I had just mentioned about there's sensors on Dragon that detect altitude and pressure, and they will determine when to fire those parachutes. And so pretty much everything on Dragon is autonomous, and again, it's steering itself. It's taking the inspiration for crew where they need to go.
Just did it. I don't know. That's not the main thing. It's up to you to do your research, boy.
And if you're just now joining us, we're currently.
By the way, normal Viagra does have some side effects, so just double
what
check.
this is basically the.
I don't know why I'm asking you to do research. You should even look into this. It's a telemarketer.
Temperatures, external temperatures of about 3,500 degrees Fahrenheit, building a plasma layer around the vehicle, preventing comms.
What about fat snake
and
pills?
communication with
So what?
the
You're just
Dragon
drinking a bunch of
spacecraft.
small fat snakes, and then
It's
as it goes
expected
into your
to
mouth, you
last
just
about
hear.
4.5 minutes. We're a little over halfway through that right now.
And then you go, I feel so much better. And then you look in the mirror, and you just see, and then you look at your hands, and they're just,
No.
and then you look at yourself in third-person view, and it's, yes, good, another needed vessel.
Yeah. What's happening?
Hey,
There they are.
here they come.
What you are seeing is a view from our thermal camera, seeing Dragon coming back down to Earth right there.
Yeah, this is amazing. This is the first shot of the Dragon capsule coming back as part of the Inspiration 4 mission. The crowd here is super excited seeing that for the first time as well. So yeah, a couple minutes left of the blackout period.
That's a fast snake, by the way.
We should be getting comms reestablished with the crew here shortly.
Oh, this wasn't part of the agreement. Oh, it's just playing around with it, playing around with a butter
What you're
knife.
seeing on your screen right now is on the left-hand
No,
side,
not a
that
butterfly
is the
knife, a
control
butter
platform.
knife.
Yeah.
Expect nominal altitude for drogue chute deploy.
Oh.
Copy that, SpaceX. We show the same.
And those comms confirm that we have regained comms with Dragon, and they're getting ready for drogue deploy here shortly.
Yeah, I love these tracking
Chassis
shots.
deploying
Again,
10
that is
seconds.
Dragon in the center of your screen.
By the way, this is
We've got
on
visuals of
the
it,
back
and we're
of the Dragon
expecting,
capsule. There's just a chassis
drogue
head,
chutes
just
to deploy, and then
just
the
being
main chute
patient.
shortly after that here in a couple of minutes.
And it's like, alright, chassis deployed. She goes, ah! And she gets, like, sucked out into the sky. Like, chassis successfully deployed. Everybody starts clapping.
Yeah, and then you can have that same scene where she's falling free from.
A lot of excitement for Inspiration 4 crew's return. Waiting on drogue.
You know what I
deploy.
think
That
they should
happens at
do
about
is, if this goes
18,000
more
feet.
normal, they should add more amenities to the capsule.
Copy that, SpaceX. We're bracing.
Yeah, we can hear them, by the way. That's them.
On re-entry,
But
the
yeah,
team's
they should have like
experiencing,
different types of.
about
At this
3 to
point, they
5
should now have
Gs.
different types of Dragon capsules. One for tourism, and because I think this is the same. This is just the same exact Dragon.
Yeah.
It's just that they added a dome glass on the top. That's the only difference.
Yeah, this is currently like the tourist variant, but it's only like, you know, slightly different than the normal version.
Yeah, they should really need a tourist version at this point because it's already been proven. So
like, I wouldn't be surprised if like the next version, like the tourist version, has like beds.
Yeah.
Like the sleeping compartment things. Maybe like a little like area where everybody eats and all that stuff. Look at it. Back. Yeah.
Oh, there's the chassis.
The chassis holding the parachutes.
Can't believe where you're going now of all times. Here's the Here's the
Great
actual.
shot of Dragon looking on
I don't think
the
he
ocean.
really understands what's happening here.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of communication going back and forth between the crew and ground station, but the drogue's job is to slow the vehicle down from about 350 miles an hour to 120. We are expecting the main chutes for these to cut off and the main chutes to come.
But I want to know why
shortly
they
after.
have to go.
Bye.
Food.
Oh.
Got there.
Ah, there goes
These
that.
are 4 healthy mans.
My God, multiple chassis deployed.
Are they just holding hands or something? They're just screaming their asses off.
Dragon, descend right now. You have visual from the Cubby forces.
Copy that, SpaceX. Good news.
My God, there it is.
And at 4:04 p.m. Pacific time, we do have confirmation that the main chutes have deployed, and you can see that on your left-hand screen of a camera looking forward above the Dragon capsule, looking at those 4 main chutes.
1,000.
Copy, 1,000.
Do you know Warhound
The next
deploys
event
should be
coming up now is
in
a
high
visual
speed before he hits the
confirmation of
ground?
splashdown. You can see the Dragon capsule on your
Yeah.
So he
right-hand
can
screen.
do like a not a
Slowly
superhero
coming
pose,
down
but you
now.
know,
We've
like
talked
something
about
similar to
how
that, but
fast
it's not a
the
superhero
vehicle,
pose.
has been traveling.
Yeah, where it just lands.
But they will be touching down approximately
My
15
God, look at
miles
that.
per
Oh.
hour when
Look at
they
these
touch the
astronauts.
Atlantic Ocean there.
800, SpaceX.
Oh.
You copy 800.
Those are all brown ghosts.
Stop. They're carrying a
The
fat
Dragon
snake.
1 program
Is that
had
heavy?
great
Yeah.
success with the water landing.
Yeah, no.
Oh!
So the goats are lighter,
9
so they
of which were
float,
carried out
and the
by
fat snake
flight
is
crew of the
heavy, and they
Dragon
just
spacecraft.
cave into the ground. So
This is a great
combining
shot.
both
Dragon
forces together creates an
continuing to descend back
equilibrium.
towards Earth, again, targeting a landing,
Oh, the perfect parachute.
splashdown off the coast of Florida in the Atlantic Ocean.
Matters when the fast snake touches the ground in a very specific speed, it explodes.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's because it's because fusion has been has occurred and it caused an explosion. That's how fat the fast snake is.
I just imagine one just landing, and it lands with like a thud, and it goes, oh, and then there's just an explosion.
Yeah, no, I was thinking more like a before
Copy 400.
before it touches the ground, it's just. Oh.
And like as the dust settles, there's just a massive crater with a fat snake in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, it's like a little singed with like a little bit of flames on its head.
Yeah.
Oh, so powerful.
200.
You fire.
Landed on Becca's house.
Yeah. You fire a you
200.
fire a bullet and it just zooms in. It's a fat snake bullet.
Oh. And instead of it going through somebody, it just like thumps against them. Oh.
And then you're like, why did it cause an explosion? Because they're too weak. What do you mean by that?
My God.
It's like I need to go against something that's equivalent, on par of my powers. And then it's like, look down at the planet. It's the planet itself. That's why it explodes.
Then it zooms out the planet. Oh, there we go. Yay!
Yes, good.
My God.
Space
There they
tourism
are.
planet.
Yay! What a successful launch.
For some reason, there's a bunch
And
of
landing.
there's a bunch of Reggies on those boats.
Inspiration 4, on behalf of SpaceX, welcome home to planet
They
Earth.
just immediately
The
run
main
over to
mission
the
of world
capsule and
is
start
space is for all
stabbing
of
it.
us, and that
Why?
everyday people can make
They're
extraordinary
like poking
impacts
it
in the
with
world around
lit
them.
sticks
Thank you for sharing
and
your
lances.
leadership, hope, generosity, and prosperity. And congratulations on your incredible journey.
Oh,
Oh, how do you hear that?
look at that fat
Yeah,
snake peeking out of the water.
Yeah, they see the eyes.
It's all, oh.
Copy, just getting started.
I wonder how their
Welcome
bodies
back.
feel in 3
Inspiration
days.
4, the
I
Dragon
assume it shouldn't be that
capsule has
bad.
returned. The crew has
But still, it would be really, you
What
know,
a phenomenal
it would feel weird to
visual
have
that
all
we
this
got.
pressure out of nowhere.
And I love that Jared said, we're just getting started.
Right, this is the beginning of their journey, of the next steps to the new era in human space flight. And just, you know, what an incredible mission. What an amazing view watching them touch down and splash down into the Atlantic Ocean. You could hear the crowd here, so excited to welcome the crew back home.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go talk to some people
we
here.
do have a couple of events that need to happen first before we can start to get the crew out of the capsule. So you can see some boats heading towards Dragon. You know, the first job is to make sure that the area around Dragon is safe to approach, and then we'll go in there, start rigging the Dragon up to be able to hoist later on onto our main recovery vessel. So we also heard that Jared had given us the confirmation of stable 1. What that means is Dragon has splashed down and is upright. There's also a stable 2. Dragon can actually be upside down or sideways. It is waterproof and has systems where it can pump seawater into some bladders to help keep it upright. So again, stable 1 is the best possible scenario that we can achieve, and that's what we see on screen right now.
And just something to note, there are going to be a few operations that happen before the crew can get out of the capsule, so they will be strapped into their seats, remain strapped into their seats throughout these operations until, basically until hatch open, once we have the Dragon capsule on board the recovery vessel. So we do have some events coming up next. The fast boats will be approaching the Dragon capsule. They'll be doing some inspections to make sure that it is safe before we begin operations to lift Dragon out of the water onto the recovery vessel.
Dragon, SpaceX is go for recovery personnel to approach. Expect personnel alongside in 1 minute.
And copy that, SpaceX. We're looking forward to seeing you.
And Dragon, with that, we request to come aboard via display cam.
And say again, SpaceX.
Requesting permission to come aboard via display cam.
Permission granted. Come aboard, SpaceX.
Hello?
No.
Yeah, so those people are talking about, you know, they're giving their speech of how this will go down in history and stuff like that.
And what you're seeing on your screen is the recovery team approaching Dragon.
So,
again, they will be starting to do some inspections. They'll do some ordnance.
UK kid, you're late.
Just to make sure that the vehicle
Sorry, touched down.
before they begin rigging Dragon.
My God, did you see the
bring
picture I
vehicle
sent you?
onto the recovery vessel.
Let me see.
That is someone on a jet ski helping to pull chutes out of the water. They did automatically from Dragon once the vehicle splashed down. So now they're removing them from the water.
Yeah, it is
Okay.
That's why it's called Dragon.
Stop.
We don't want any type
Okay,
of
so for now, again, they do have a process. It'll take a while, but, you know, the dangerous part is over.
When we did see Dragon splash down, we also saw really good visuals of the mains being
So
cut
yeah,
as well.
Carmine, so what do you think about this, another historic moment by SpaceX again?
Those shoots as part of the recovery
Like, they've
operation.
been just having nothing but wins lately, so I'm proud of them.
From splashdown until we can get the crew outside of the capsule.
So, yeah.
Again, we're going through a series of safety checks and some other operations to get Dragon hoisted, rigged up, and
Okay, so that's for the stream. So yeah, thank you guys for coming by, and yeah, see you whenever.
Yeah.
It was very, very
Bye.
exciting. I think the couple
Bye,
of